I tried thumb pulling for 30 days at home to see if I can improve my jawline at 22 years old. Is thumb pulling an actual viable thing to do? Or am I just hopelessly shoving thumbs in my gob because I'll do anything other than just go and talk to a girl right now? Well, let's look at my 30-day realistic average human results and answer that question for us. If you want a stronger jawline to be more attractive as you grow up, so the birds want you, this video is very important. First of all, fella, as I live inside my own face and body, I find it hard to accurately say whether my jawline is naturally fine or not. I've spent the last 3 years being a fat little pudding, so no matter what I did, I wasn't going to see my chin. This weight gain since 2022, I'll be honest, made me feel a bit insecure about the way my chin connects to my neck a bit too smoothly. So since then, I've grown and experimented with beards. But deep down, I don't really want one. I've seen my face before I got fat. I thought I had potential. But when you're genuinely classed as obese on the BMI scale, that was real. I couldn't afford to not have a beard. I mean, I couldn't afford much. So I've had a beard for a while, and I think I've made it look pretty decent now. But deep down, I know what I really want. I want to have a decent face underneath the artificial shaping of a beard. Basically, just be confident in how I look. It's so hard to be confident in yourself when there's just a layer of glob everywhere. But in order to do this, I needed to make a change. Now, this is the part of the video before the thumb pulling stuff where I should really preface what you're about to see. I'm not manipulating pictures. I'm also not an expert. And I have to be honest, mate, according to science, any form of orthotropic, which is basically using force and tongue posture to slowly reshape the maxilla bone of your face, giving you a more defined masculine look, is mostly effective in your teen years when you're still growing. It still works past that point, apparently, but it just takes a longer time. I'm 22 and I've done it for 30 days. Not long, not to mention still overweight just a bit, but I've also lost about 8 kilograms since January 1st. So this year I've not only been thumb pulling, but I've also been losing fat. So any results? Was it the thumbs? Or was it the fat loss? Who bloody knows? To be honest, fella, I won't know the impact or lack thereof of thumb pulling daily until two things happen. I've done it for longer, at least a few months. I'm leaner, so I can really see my facial definition and compare it to older pictures of when I was lean. There's a lot of factors here and more coming up, and I can't promise that any changes recently, because there have been, have actually come from the thumb pulling itself. And honestly, I doubt it is just yet. But anyway, I started thumb pulling 30 days ago, and before I share my results, the highs and the lows, I should probably quickly explain what thumb pulling actually is so you know whether it's something you want to try. Thumb pulling is the act of, in short daily bursts, manually pushing the palate of your mouth, which is basically the roof of your mouth, outwards, up and forwards, in order to slowly manipulate the shape of your maxilla bone, which is connected to the zygote or cheekbones. Over time, it's meant to push that bone forward, meaning the jaw moves with it. Essentially, if mewing is like the passive constant jog, thumb pulling is more like an explosive daily sprint. My system has been this. Usually in the evenings, either in my bed or even in the shower, I go through 4 sets of each pushing movement. I tuck my chin against the wall so my posture is correct, which according to people online, bloody hell, what am I doing listening to the internet of all things? It helps avoid asymmetry, which I did develop a bit of anxiety for as I kept doing it. I then push up my zygote/cheekbones for a bit afterwards. Do I feel insane? Fucking yes. Do I still want to give it a try in case it actually helps? Yeah. Thumb pulling also apparently helps with general breathing and sleep. And in fairness, my sleep's been pretty immaculate recently, but that could also just be because of my lifestyle and diet, which I think it is. So, how have I found the last 30 days? Well, I'll be honest, it feels almost dirty because I genuinely can't tell whether I'm being punked or there are genuine medical and aesthetic benefits to this whole thing. I've basically created a new problem for myself that didn't exist before and doesn't need to exist really. Jawline used to be about losing fat. Now I've got the thumbs involved. What is this? But I know what you're here for. So let me just tell you what I've noticed with my very chaotic mix of practices and how it's actually affected my jawline. First of all, my posture is so much better. I'm more conscious of where my head is and making sure I'm not doing the bird neck. So naturally, my jaw looks more normal. This thumb pulling has also forced me to realise that I've been swallowing like a drip my whole life. I don't know about you, but I've always had pretty bulbous cheeks, and it's because I've always swallowed stuff with my actual cheek muscles. Apparently that's wrong. This past month, I've retrained myself to not only chew more, so I'm breaking down my food and reducing bloating, but now I'm swallowing food and drink with just my tongue. It felt really weird at first, but I got used to it. This supposedly is meant to weaken and degrade those little chipmunk cheeks, you know, we've got going on. And I think it's working, but again, probably need to lose more fat and put more time into it to really see. In images, my jaw looks decent, even with lighter stubble or even fully shaved. But again, not a huge difference yet. Maybe you can judge this better than me. My face is slimming down. I definitely think that relearning how to chew and swallow my food is going to create big differences in the future. But I do wish I had more to say. It's just that where I'm at least 20% body fat still right now, definitely more, it's hard to see the differences. And again, just 30 days. Really, it's the posture, swallowing and dieting, I believe, that's going to do most of the results. Is it worth it for you to try this out? Well, if you're younger, like in your teens right now, I think absolutely, at least to trial it for a while and see if you notice how it impacts your face. If you're my age or older, I think it's still worth giving a go. I can't say in this video that it's bollocks or dangerous because I haven't had that. Just don't expect any huge results in the first 30 days because it seems that this is the type of thing that will take months or years to create changes, which is fine with me. I'm in it for the long haul. What I'll do is I'll find a link to a thumb pulling tutorial that I believe allows you to do it in the safest way. That chin tuck is important, otherwise you're pushing your head all over the shop. Conclusion: my face is improving. Is it thumb pulling or is it everything else? I think the answer is a bit of everything, but thumb pulling needs more time and it might be months until I notice something. But I'm excited to see the changes at the end of this cut. Alright fella, how about you just go and talk to girls, Kean, instead of just doing this weird stuff? I don't know. Alright, be gone.